AFTV, we are here outside the Commerzbank Arena, the home of Eintracht Frankfurt, where Arsenal are going to be taking on Eintracht Frankfurt, of course, on Thursday in the Europa League. I nearly said tonight again.
Yeah.
Keep thinking we are Wednesday nights. We don't play on Wednesday night no more.
Yeah.
Apart from, as we said earlier, that game that we're going to be playing against that team in Portugal that's been moved to a Thursday. But this is the...
Wednesday.
To a Wednesday, yeah. This is the arena, the Commerzbank Arena, and it looks quite a nice stadium from the outside, don't it?
Yeah, it looks really nice. The facilities itself look really nice. Quite impressed, actually. I'm going to try and sneak into the stadium in a minute when we've done this interview. See if we can do another Ostersund part 2. But yeah, look, weather's good. Facilities and that look nice, so there's no excuses for the players.
Stadium holds about 50,000, isn't it? So, and we know from last year that, Eintracht Frankfurt, very well supported team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge city, Frankfurt in Germany, you know what I mean? And they're one of those teams that have a massive support, so it should be a great atmosphere in there as well.
Yeah, it should be. You watched their games in the Europa last year, and the one thing that stood out was their hostile atmosphere. So it's not going to be for the faint-hearted, shall we say? And given the run we're on at the moment, it's possibly...
We've been scared, haven't we?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's possibly the worst time for us, but then at the same time, it could be a good time. It
could be. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it could be one of those where it's a bit of respite for the team, away from the pressure of, what went on at Watford.
Yeah.
Or it could be, walking into... It's certainly not like last year where we started off with some games like Karabag where we're expected to win, simple, standard games. And Arsenal's record in Germany over the last few seasons has been terrible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Go to Dortmund, lose, go to Bayern, get battered up 5-1.
Yeah.
We even came to Cologne, remember, recently. We lost that. We've got a really poor record in Germany.
Yeah. Cheers. Should we just get a flight home now? Look, they've got to change it, haven't they? They've got to do something, because right now a defeat would be really, really bad for us. And it will just mount more pressure on Unai Emery. It really will.
And a competition that Unai Emery's always done well in.
Yeah.
Even then he didn't win it last year, still got to the final. Got a great record in this competition. But, like you said, the pressure is on. And, Eintracht Frankfurt are very strong at home. They haven't lost a game at home yet this season. They did lose at the weekend to Augsburg. But they haven't lost a game here at the Commerzbank Arena.
Yeah, well, you got to look at some of the Europa League games and the places we went to last year. You're thinking of Napoli. You see how difficult a place that is to go with Liverpool losing there. I think they've lost their 2 games in a row now, Liverpool have. So it just shows how difficult it is. So we can pull those kind of results out of the bag when it's needed. And they're going to need to do that. I look ahead as well, and I know that Frankfurt's next game in the league on Sunday is against Dortmund. So part of me is thinking, please kind of have that in mind and maybe change your players.
For a team like Eintracht Frankfurt, Arsenal is a huge game. It's early in the season for them. They're playing Dortmund, yes, but it's a huge game playing Arsenal. It's a massive scalp if they could take it. So they're not going to let up. They're not going to say, all right, we're going to go with a second string team because we've got Dortmund at the weekend. They're going to come with a very strong team.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll go with a very strong team?
I doubt it. I was kind of saying that about them in terms of I was just hoping more than reality. And I think it's only the English clubs and certain supporters that kind of have this mindset that it's a really poor competition. Whereas other teams around Europe seem to take it seriously, but for some reason we all don't. It's Champions League, the Holy Grail, and that's where we want to be. But in terms of the lineup, it's going to be interesting. I think
would you play? Let me start from the top actually.
Yeah.
Would you play Aubameyang? Remember, there's no Lacazette now at the moment. So, in effect, we one striker left. We've gone from having 2 great strikers, now we've got one guy, really. Yeah. One guy that is really, if it weren't for him right now, I don't know where we'd be. Yeah. Do you play him in this game? He will relish coming back to Germany, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Or do you rest him and say, no, we need you for the game against Villa?
Do you know what? It's a difficult one because who are you going to play if he doesn't? That's the problem. You're not going to put Pepe up as a lone striker, are you? Well, you never know, but it's not preferable. And then you kind of go to the likes of the kids, and you've got John Jules and can't really throw him in a game like this, can you?
No Eddie,
Yeah,
no more.
exactly. Eddie's at Leeds. No Welbeck and players like that you could kind of use for these competitions. So I think we might well have to go with him, to be honest.
And at the back, which is of course where the big problems have been, right? Socrates has been under a lot of pressure since that mistake he made the other day. Came out straight away and said, listen, my error. Do you continue to play him? Again, he would have been a player that's used to playing in Germany. Of course, he's played down the road for Dortmund. Do you continue with him, or is it time to bring Chambers back into the squad?
I'd change the defence around. I'd go 3 at the back for this game.
Yeah.
I would. Mainly because I'm a little concerned that Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles as well. Maitland-Niles, I don't know what was wrong with him in a Watford game. He looked like he was half asleep. It's like he just lacks concentration in key areas. Getting forward, he can cause problems, but defensively, so maybe put him as a wing back, or even put Mustafi as a wing back on the right hand side.
Mustafi could come back into it because remember, again, another German player, be used to the surroundings, and also, I was saying this the other day. They can't just park Mustafi up until January because he won't be worth nothing. You know what I mean? If they're going to get any value for him at all, surely they've got to play him in this competition.
Yeah, well, we can't afford to have players on about 100 grand a week just sat there doing nothing. We've had too many players that have done that for too long, but I'd go with a back 3 and I would bring in Holding, Chambers and keep David Luiz in there as the 3 because Luiz plays really well in a 3.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't want you to reveal too much because what we'll do is we'll get a starting 11. We'll do that in a separate video.
Okay.
But predictions.
1-1 draw.
I'll be happy with a draw. I think a draw. I think the main thing for Arsenal is a positive performance. I really don't want to see us come here. I know you were talking about back 3. I don't want to come here and just see us be negative. I'd like to see us come here and be quite positive and take the game to Eintracht Frankfurt. You know what I mean? They are a very good team, but they don't have the same front 3 that they had last year of Haller and Jovic and guys like that. They've still got good players. They've still got very good players. You know what I mean? But I want to see Arsenal on the front foot in this game. But with Unai Emery, who knows what he's going to do? So let us know what you think. But we are here at the Commerzbank Arena. We will be covering the game fully. Not only just here in Germany, but also back in the UK. The guys are going to be in the studio watching along to the game and commenting on it afterwards. And then, of course, after the game, we'll be speaking to the fans. And the added bonus that we've just heard is that we were just told that the Oktoberfest is on.
Next door.
Nearby here, with loads of beers and stuff like that. So we think we're going to slide by and check that out. What do you reckon?
Yeah, as long as they serve water.
Oh yeah, forget you don't drink.
No.
I'll see you then.
Yes, you can drink for me.